Why does every time I say I'm a feminist, the Twitterverse explodes?
Have you spoken to your MP, Mr. Kang, and why have you not removed him from caucus, given that you have taken that measure against other MPs when they faced similar allegations?
Over the past 2 years, we have developed here in Parliament a strong series of processes to deal with harassment, allegations, and complaints of this type.
You too? We're going to start with the Prime Minister this week, who was questioned about harassment on the Hill, and in particular his now former Minister Kent Hehr. When he was questioned by reporters, here's what the PM had to say.
Every case will be different, but we need to make sure that we're doing right in every given situation. Remember any negative interactions that day at all?
That day was back in August 2000 at a BC festival. Justin Trudeau was 28, years before his political career began. The next day, an unsigned editorial appeared in the local newspaper, the Creston Valley Advance. It accused Trudeau of groping and inappropriately handling an unnamed young female reporter. There were no other specifics about the alleged physical contact. The editorial says when Trudeau was asked about the incident, he responded, "I'm sorry. If I had known you were reporting for a national paper, I never would have been so forward."
Guelph police have confirmed, as you mentioned, that Marwan Tabarra has been charged with 2 counts of assault, 1 count of break and enter and committing an indictable offence, and 1 count of criminal harassment. Now, he's the Liberal MP for Kitchener South in Ontario. He was first elected in 2015, and these charges are dated for April 10th of this year.
Concerns about Liberal MP Raj Saini first landed in the Prime Minister's office soon after the Trudeau government was first elected.
Because it's 2015.
Promoting a feminist agenda.
Sir, once again, you have a candidate that's mired in allegations of sexual misconduct. And you always say you take this stuff seriously, and yet this was news to the Liberal Party. How is it that your team failed to learn this until the Toronto Star? How is it that the Liberal team failed to learn this until the Toronto Star told you about it? And will you let that candidate, Mr. Vuong, sit as a Liberal, if indeed he wins his seat, since it's too late to change any ballot?
Yeah. First of all, as you said, we are a party that always takes seriously any allegations or reports of sexual harassment or intimidation or assault. That has been clear from the very beginning. As you also pointed out, we only learned about these serious allegations yesterday through the work of the Toronto Star. We are looking into it very carefully, and we have asked the candidate to pause his campaign.
Is he going to be able to sit if he wins?
We're looking into it right now. We've asked him to pause the campaign, and we're trying to find out more.
Why didn't you tell him to quit? Why are you keeping him on?
Next question.
Okay. Why does every time I say I'm a feminist, the Twitterverse explode?